Hello everybody, you join me from the van. I have just parked up at quite a big car park, and I'm planning on staying here for the night. So I'm at Dartmoor right now and I'm surrounded by wild ponies. So it is a brilliant place just to park up and look out the window. I was actually looking out the window and in the distance I saw two horses stood near on two legs, stood up like on each other near enough. So as in the distance. So that was a good sight to see from the van. So yeah, I'm going to stay here for the night, and then the plan is tomorrow morning to set off 2 mile down the road and to see the ancient Wistmans wood. So this is an ancient woodland. It's very very mysterious, very sacred, very magical. And then set off to Falmouth because I'm seeing Hollow Coves live in Falmouth at the Pavilion House or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But yes, Hollow Coves, my favourite band, and this is why I've kind of gone on such long drives, 3 hours at a time, because I've been trying to get to Falmouth on Sunday. So unless I would have taken my time more, but yeah, I'm just staying in Devon tonight, seeing a little bit tomorrow, and then setting off to Falmouth. I just love these massive, huge open spaces. So peaceful. Apart from when the old car goes past, that's when the only noise that comes, and the wind. It's so peaceful. It's going to be a much better night's sleep than I've had near the main roads. Good morning everybody from here in the freezing cold Devon moors. So last night I was one of the coldest I've ever been in the van. Because I haven't got a heater yet, that's one of the things, that's why I've not done a video of a complete van conversion, because I've not done the heater. And underneath, it looks complete, but underneath the bed and underneath the cupboards, there's parts that are completely not insulated yet, and they've got gaps. And then there's the number plate of light, which doesn't have a cover yet. So literally it takes a couple of hours for any heat to escape. So that's just a must, is to have good, insulation in a van and a heater really this time of year, especially at a place like this. I don't know what it's going to be like down where I'm going in Cornwall on the coast, but here it was absolutely freezing. I think it's about 3 outside now. It feels it anyway. I think it was 6 or 7 in the van. So I'm presuming it'll be less outside. It feels it anyway. So 3 or 4, but look at that sunset. It's worth it. It's worth it to wake up in a place like this. I won't do it every day though. It was I think I managed to sleep, but it was cold. So I am at the moment on the footpath that goes to Wistman's Wood, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I've seen it in books before about the mysterious places, the sacred places of Britain. And it does look, most of the pictures are in winter when all the branches are bare and they look like the trees just look so alive, sacred. But here they'll still have leaves now. So I'm excited to see what it's going to look like with the trees when they've got leaves. See if I can get some photos, because there's hardly any on the internet. They're all without leaves. So stunning day today, and I found it difficult to find it actually. So if anyone's around the area, there's a pub, forgot what it's called now, but there's a big pub hotel on the corner, and the car park is on the other side, and you have to walk down this path to find the woods, because I was looking for the woods at the postcode, but it's actually quite a walk until you get to the woods. That's why you can't see it from the road. So I wish I'd have known that before, because I've been going round and round looking for somewhere to park. I couldn't find the woods. Okay, so I want to just say again about these walls, and I mentioned it last year a lot in my videos, but we need to stop and think how they were doing this. Like all over the countryside, in the hills, carrying blocks as big as this, like this, up in the hills. Like, we need to start thinking about how this was done. This is incredible. Like, did they have some sort of technology, or did they literally carry these up into the mountains? It's just incredible. Look at the size of each individual stone, and they go up, way up here. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So, still no sign of the woodland, but it's a stunning path. Look at this. What a beautiful day to do this. It's so weird, I still can't imagine there being a woodland up here, but there has to be. This is the footpath, I'm sure it is. My first sighting of our woodland is in the distance. I am expecting that to be Wistman's Wood. Yeah, I didn't realise it was this far along really, but there's some interesting rock formations on the mountains in the distance too. On the hill, sorry, not the mountains. It's a really interesting place. For those thinking that that could have been the woodland, that's not. That's the conifer plantation. So we're looking for native trees, which will be down there. This is Wistman's Wood, likely anyway. I think I can't see anything else. So I managed to get a bit of signal, and I did know a bit about the things that have been sighted, the apparitions and stuff that have been sighted down this area before, but I just had a double check. So for those that have seen my video a couple of videos ago, I did the fairy funeral at Penwitham, and the coffin route that's been sighted there. Similar things have been sighted here in these woods, and some say it's the last remaining druid grove, sacred grove, and there's been rituals here, and there's been all sorts of sightings from yellow-eyed hounds haunting these moors at night, as well as the woods, searching for lonely travellers. Probably, I say, searching for people looking to harm the place, which it has, because apparently this whole place was once an ancient woodland. The whole place, all of these moors, and that was the last untouched bit of ancient forest. The stunted oaks that are growing there, no more than 20 feet tall. So for some reason they've just left that section, a tiny section, 9 acres. That's crazy, crazy. But then what has happened to the trees? Why have they all been cut down? Then it makes no sense. If anybody knows or has any ideas in the comments, please let me know, because there's just sheep now. There's just sheep grazing on these grasses, and horses, cows. So why have they cut down the forest, just like they have in all of England? I know most of England is because of farmland and everything, but it makes no sense up here to cut down such a vast forest. Wow, there we go. Found some horses at the top here. Look at these, all the way up the top of here. Look at the white one. He's yawning, tired. I'm almost certain as well that there was another story about some travel. A few times some travellers have been wandering around here at night, and I can see how easy it is to get lost up here at night time. And they've been hearing sounds of like musical instruments, and they're like lured to follow these creatures or fairies or whatever they are, and then they only get released in the morning. So that's another story that I've heard. I'm almost certain about these moors, about this place. Now, before I enter the arms of Wistman's Wood behind me, I want to tell you a bit about the film that we did not long ago. It was The Man Who Planted Trees Reimagined, and this place reminded me of it. It reminded me of a desolate moor in France. This was based on a story of Elzéar Bouffier. It was apparently it's a fictitious story, but who knows? And if you look through my YouTube, and you can see this video, or you can see the original also, The Man Who Planted Trees, both in French and in English. It's a famous story. And this Elzéar Bouffier, over many, many years, 20, 30, 40 years, planted acorns and trees, and he turned a desolate moor, desolate place, into a forest on his own. And people were bewildered as to how this happened. They thought it was a natural thing. A forest had just planted on its own, and this had touched me ever since. And I've been thinking, how how would we rebuild this world? How are we going to rebuild these moors into what they naturally are? And I just thought of LCR Bouffier, and I thought about how one man can do that. Imagine if we all came together to replant these moorlands.